Battle Royales are a bit of a hit and miss these days. Some of them are really good and really well made, and others are somewhat questionable. You get the originals like PUBG, who perfected that game mode right off the bat, and just kept developing new things to make it even better, and then ported over to different consoles and made the game penultimately worse. And then you get the new, more modern ones like Apex and Warzone, who bring their own new stuff to it, but still have the standard game mode. They completely remastered how the Battle Royale game looks. Like Apex has all these different movement things and a bunch of different mechanics to revive your teammates, and Warzone has the same with the whole shop system and just the whole different mechanics. I mean, it's really interesting to see what these different games are going to put together for this new game mode. But some of them are old and played out and should be dead and should be left to die in an old folks' home next to your racist old granddad. So where does Hyperscape come into all of this? Hyperscape is Ubisoft's grand attempt at making a Battle Royale game, and a successful Battle Royale game, may I add. They added a lot of new things, like a new double jump system, new movement, new sliding, a new futuristic look in the game, and all in all, it's pretty cool. Now, let's just start by talking about the storyline behind it, because every Battle Royale game needs a good story, right? The story is that someone invented a better virtual reality where you could be whoever you want, whatever you want. You'd go and play all these different games and live your life in this game mode. But then there was a big problem within the virtual. You get the point. It's just, the game feels like a random mesh of different things. The story is just Ready Player One, and the gameplay is just Apex Legends. They just seem to have merged them together for some reason. I don't really understand why they've done it, but they have done it. And honestly, the game it's alright. I don't think it's what everyone hyped it up to be. I don't think it's near as good as that. But I do quite enjoy playing it. There's not many weapons or abilities at this point in the game. They're very varied things, but there's only like one assault rifle, one SMG, one sniper, and so. There's no variety in different weapons. I mean, the types of weapons are varied, but once you actually get one type of weapon, you kind of expect a variety of them, you know? Like, when you play Call of Duty, you don't just get an M14, do you? No, you get the M14, the M4A1 or whatever, and just various different guns amongst that same category. And then you'd get the same type of treatment for all the different ones. So I'm kind of let down by that, but I'm sure a lot of people don't really mind because it's easy to find the guns you want, and it's also easier to have a certain playstyle instead of looking for one with all the different weapons. Because I know in some games like Apex or Warzone, the massive collection of weapons leads you to just looking for your favourite weapon for a long time. Sometimes you don't find it, sometimes you find it early on. If you find it early on, you'll have a good game. If you don't find it for a long time, then you're a bit screwed. But it's kind of a weird thing to only have a select couple of weapons for a whole Battle Royale with 100 people in it. But I digress. It's pretty fun for what it is. This game released yesterday on consoles, I'm pretty sure. And I kind of have quite a lot to talk about when it comes to this game. Because, like I said, it's a lot different to standard Battle Royales, whilst also staying basically the same as some others. The controls on console are a little weird. I like the fact that you have to sort of break down doors to be able to enter buildings. I think that's cool, but it's kind of annoying when you have to hold down the Y button instead of just a quick melee button to break down the doors. You can shoot them, but it's a massive disadvantage if you shoot them because everyone can hear you and everyone knows where you are. But I do kind of like the fact that you have a baseball bat on command instead of just like a big fucking pickaxe. But it's still a little weird that you have to, hold down Y, because it feels like it takes a lot longer than it does, and it kind of kills the pace of the game. And you find yourself waiting outside of buildings to be able to pull out your weapon and go back in. So if they'd fix that to a quick melee, that'd be pretty cool. Now you know me. I love my good music, and the music for this game is not good music. It feels like Skrillex just remixed a Dark Souls boss fight song, and it's just weird. The actual design of the game is amazing. I love how the game looks. You, instead of just a big battle bus or whatever, you spawn in a little pod and you can fly anywhere on the map. You could spawn in one of the corners of the map, and then you can drop to anywhere within the map that you want to go. I think that's really cool. You can speed up or slow down your pod, and it's a nice little thing that you get your own freedom to, because you can reach anywhere on the map in these pods, but it's just more of you get your own freedom to just fly around and have a look at everything and just see where you're going. I really like that. But the thing I like most is how the zones close. The zones closing is so cool. They just, instead of just having a storm that comes in and just kills you off, they actually have a little like zone. They have different zones that just disintegrate. They start disappearing. You can actually see it if you're in a closing zone. The bits of the wall start just withering away, and the floor and all the lighting and stuff, everything just disappears and becomes all black and stuff. And if you're still in the zone when it closes, then you instantly die, and there's no way around it. I really like that. That is a really cool idea, and they've pulled it off really well. They've also had a few different choices for gameplay. Like, the main mode itself is disappointing. Instead of being a standard battle royale where you can kill everyone, you can kill everyone, but you can also collect a crown at the end of the game. It's stupid. So like, one person could literally almost get a server wipe, have around 98 kills, and the last guy can swoop in and take the crown, and the guy with the crown would win, and the guy with 98 kills would just have to go on crying. That's lame. That's so stupid. Why can't they just stick to the standard game mode instead of adding this stupid crown? Yes, it makes it more interesting that everyone's fighting, but instead of giving them something to fight over to win, why don't you give them like better loot or something like that? Or a freaking mech suit for all I care. Like, you might as well. One of your characters already has a freaking mech arm. You might as well just drop a mech in the middle of the map, like halfway through, and be like, right, if you manage to get in this suit, you can have it for, 5 minutes and just go kill anyone you want. Loads of people would fight over that, but now we're going to give you a crown which should win the game. So call us Fall Guys, because we're going to have you rushing for the crown at the end of the game instead of going for actual kills. It's stupid, and I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really annoyed at that. And it's so stupid, because so many games could have just been completely stolen by idiots who are good at parkour but terrible at combat. And it's just so easy to go and steal a win from someone who's actually earned it. I mean, I'm talking like I've earned a win, but I'm not even close. The closest me and my friends got was like 6th place, so I'm just salty that we can't win. Jesus Christ. The reviving system, however, that's pretty cool. Instead of just completely dying or going down, you become a ghost of some sort. You still drop all your loot, so the person who kills you can go and loot you. You don't get down. You instantly become a ghost, and you go find like a restore pad, where if you're a ghost, you can go and activate them, and they can just revive you directly from the pad. And you can go to any pad on the map, really. However, I'd probably suggest going into one near your teammates, because otherwise you'd probably not get revived, if I'm honest. But I'm pretty sure whenever someone dies, they drop a pad, and you can't use your own pad. So you have to go and find someone else's and revive yourself on that. So as long as, if you're in a team fight, and your team wins, but a couple of your team dies, then you can just use their pads. It's easy. The weapons and the abilities, whilst not very varied, they kind of make up the game as a whole. I mean, they've literally just taken the idea from Realm Royale, which is one of the least successful battle royales. However, I do enjoy it the most because it's the only one I'm actually good at. They kind of just took the concept of having abilities and making your own champion and just went with it. So they just have a mesh of, like I said earlier, a bunch of different games for some random reason. They've tried to take the best from all the different battle royales, and it's not really worked, if I'm honest. The abilities, however, are cool. You get the good, like the transportational abilities like teleport and shockwave, which are always really good to use in combat. You get heal and reveal, which are more support moves, and you get stuff like magnet and slam and ball to just basically annoy people. Slam just sends you up and basically sends you straight back down. Ball just turns you into a ball, and magnet just pulls people towards you. Like, they're not good for doing damage by any means. They're just good for really annoying your opponent, which I guess in some way is more fun than actually getting the kills. Am I right, guys? But in all seriousness, this is a fairly decent battle royale. It's not as good as Apex. It's probably better than Warzone in fairness, but it's just lacking. There's not enough abilities, there's not enough weapons, and there just needs to be some major design changes. Like, they need a quick melee or something, or an easier way to pull out your weapon. Because I know on PC it's a lot easier, but on console it's just not. They need to really rethink how they've branded it on console and just make it easier for us to play, otherwise a lot less people are going to play it. I reckon if they keep going how they're going, the game's going to last about a week, maybe a month at max, before people think, hey, this is just Apex but boring, and then go back to play whatever they want to play. So they really need to think about what they're doing. If I was going to review this, I'd review it at probably a 5 or 6 out of 10. It's not perfect, it's not terrible, it's just a neutral at the moment. They really need to think about what they're doing with the game and give us some feedback on it. Because I know it's only been out a day, but I've already spotted a load of different flaws in the game. The design's really cool, but the rest of it just isn't. And honestly, you get some people who are just extremely good from day one, and it just makes the game really unfun how some of the weapons are just completely more powerful than others, and people know what weapons to choose. Some people are more confident with the parkour aspects, and it's easier for them to get in and get out of fights whenever they want to. And you just have to either be really good or just go play something else. Because if you're not really good at the game, there's no chance you're going to win or even get any kills. And also, last thing, please fix the sensitivity. If you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you for sticking to the end. I know this might have not been the most entertaining video to sit through, but it's just another review video, you know? If you want to know about Hyperscape and you watch the video to the end, you know everything about Hyperscape. There you go. Sorted. I just want to say a quick thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.